Greetings of the day, dear students. In this video, we are going to discuss about the one more important application, that is integrator. Already we have completed in the previous videos uh, inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier, and we have seen the analysis part and also the gain calculations. In this video, we are going to discuss about the integrator and its circuit. What is the important formula that governs this integrator? Right here, the key point is the function of the integrator is to provide an output voltage which will be the proportional to the integral of the input voltage. For example, if you are having an output voltage, it should be in such a way that it should be proportional to the integral of the input voltage. But if you observe this integrator circuit, it is almost like a inverting amplifier. Observe, the for inverting amplifier, we have given the input at the inverting terminal of the op amp, and the non-inverting terminal is connected to the ground potential, and the non-inverting terminal is at the ground potential, right? And the some part of the output is taken as feedback and given to the inverting terminal at this node point, and this let this node be x. And the one assumption we used to take is the difference between these two, the difference between these two will be the 0 volt. Obviously this node also will be at the ground potential. Now whatever the input current is there, that also flows through the capacitor, now the input current is nothing but the applied voltage, the terminal voltage is v of t. And what will be the value of current I equals to v of t by r. That much will be the input current, but no current should flow through the op amp, right? Now this entire current flows through the feedback path across the capacitor or through the capacitor. Now obviously our output is nothing but the integral of the input voltage. If you observe, the output voltage across the capacitor, V voltage across capacitor is V equals to 1 by C integral I of t dt. But what is the amount of current flowing? Simply V of t by R. This is in this entire discussion, this is the key point. From the from the capacitor basics, we know that voltage across capacitor is nothing but 1 by C integral I of t dt. Now the current flowing through the capacitor is whatever the current is flowing in this resistor R, the same current flows through the capacitor. But sign is of negative, we will take here negative, minus 1 by C integral V of t by R into dt. If you remove this, R is a constant, and if you bring it outside, minus 1 by RC times integral of V of t dt. So this is like the output is proportional to the integral of the input. So this is how an integrator works. And the value of output will depend upon the values of these values R and C. The values of R and C will govern the value of output. For example, if V of t equals to t, what happens? For example, if V of t or the input voltage V of t is equals to 1, let it be. So its waveform will be its waveform is a constant value of 1 volt, let it be 1 volt DC. What about integral of 1? Then what will be the value of output? V out will be 1 by minus 1 by RC integral of 1 with respect to what dt. So it is nothing but t. Integral of 1 is t. Within the limits 0 to t, if you take, you will get the value t. So it is nothing but minus 1 by RC into t. It is something in the form of a y equals to mx format. You used to get a ramp. So the integral of step now became the ramp. Like that we have to understand. For example, if the input itself is t, then what will be the integral? If the input itself is waveform like this, t, what about integral of t? T square by 2. Integral of t is t square by 2. We will apply the limits. Within the limits, the time period given 0 to t. Like that we have to understand. So what I want to say is, in an integrator circuit, the output will be proportional to the integral of the input. Now depending upon the input type, whether v of t, whether v of t equals to 1 or v of t equals to t or v of t equals to e power at, based on that the output will be decided. Based on that the output will be decided, right? Thank you.